the sound coming off from here? Oh wow, that's like a really broad.
Okay.
You're good? Oh wow, you're getting the feedback right.
So what's the
Test run right now?
Bro, just one thing. What's the giveaway though? Like what exactly do we say about it? Or like
Just say it's $50 store credit. The giveaway is $50 store credit.
$50 credit and just comment on the thing.
Comment on the video to be eligible for it or what?
Can I get the red deck, please?
3-second lag. Really? That's pretty good.
3-second lag. Oh yeah.
That's the trick is this actually blocks out all the sound everywhere else. So I have to wait for the 3-second lag.
So really,
But for the most part, is I can only hear you guys now. The background noise that kills the microphone.
So you're gonna hear like nothing for 3 seconds and then everything?
broadcasting live with the PS3
So
toy.
you guys are live.
We're live?
Is this test run or what?
We're live?
Start.
Dude. All right. Hi, my name is Emin Hatamian. I am the lead admin of SoCal Duelists.
I'm Oscar. I help admin.
And we're here to talk about the current Yu-Gi-Oh format, the current meta, as well as some side deck choices and some of the new products that Yu-Gi-Oh has released, and maybe a giveaway that we have at the end. So what we'd like to talk about first is the current format. And so, Oscar, what do you think about this format?
I share that same idea that it's kind of it's a little bit of a lamer format. It's really fast though. It's extremely fast. We have Rabbit, we have Insectors, we have Wind Up. It's all really fast, really combo based decks. So yeah, don't be surprised if games end within the first few turns of the game. Because that's how fast this meta is.
Yeah, and I think dice roll is a huge important part of this meta.
Yeah.
Well, whoever goes first basically has the advantage. If you take the game one with either Dino Rabbit, Windups, or Insectors, then you can just side deck against your opponent and you'll just destroy them with your side.
Windups especially, because if they open first with the loop, then you pretty much lose unless you maxi. Maxi right now is such a powerful card. It's one of the best cards in the format.
Yeah, I think also Valor also is a bit better. We didn't see much play of it last format. People were just teching one because plants could get through Valor. They had a lot of responses, and people would just play triple maxi over Valor. And now that there's Dino Rabbit and Windups especially,
Insectors too.
and Insectors, Valor just completely shuts them off. And I think we're going to see triple Valor, a lot of triple Valor, triple maxi, or double Valor even.
2-3 of each.
Like I personally run 2 and 2 of Valor Maxi. Also about this format, what do you think about the price of the cards?
They shot up a lot. Then again, like we've had formats before where the price shot up exponentially. Like Teledeck format, that was notorious for being extremely overpriced.
Yeah, dads were like $200-$300 each, even more sometimes. Yeah, it was,
Maxis went from 40 to 110, just because the ban was.
I apologize for laggy video quality. We're experiencing
I apologize. We're experiencing some minor technical difficulties with the video lag. There's like about a couple seconds lag with audio, so just bear with us. We're just gonna. Do we keep talking?
Yeah, just keep going.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep going with it. So, yeah. Also about the current format, there's a lot of expensive cards this format. But at the same time, I think there's some really, really cheap sides that can counter these expensive cards this format. And that's what's going to lead us into our next topic, like popular side decks in this format. And so I've just brought up some side deck cards from my box here. And this first card I'm going to talk about, Spirit Reaper. You know and love him. He stops Dino Rabbit. Dino Rabbit is a very notorious deck right now, and it's famous for just Lagia set 5. Evilzar Lagia, essentially you remove 2 Exceed materials and negate something. It's like a walking Solemn Judgment, especially since it's a 24 beater. It's a very powerful card. Also, there's Evilzar Dolka that deck runs. Dolka, basically you remove 1 Exceed material and you negate the effect of a monster. So Spirit Reaper gets through both of these because his effect does not activate. You just set him and you end and watch as, like when you flip him, when they attack. It's
Yeah,
just really hilarious.
Rabbit has a hard time getting rid of Reaper. I've seen my friends play where there's a Reaper on the field and they can't get rid of it for like 3-4 turns. It draws you out. There's only a few ways to get rid of it in that matchup.
And so next card that we're thinking about, and this has been a very, 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 very popular favorite amongst like the top pros here in SoCal. Snowman Eater has 19 defense, and it's a level 3. So wind up side this, Inzectors side this. A lot of decks that spam level 3 exceeds side this card because not only is it one of the best defensive cards right now in the format, but it's also like just next turn when they attack it, you can just drop something level 3 and just exceed into something that like wind-ups you can do like Zen Mains or Zen Mighty.
I like it against Rabbit just because 19 defense, it bounces off all the vanillas. It'll get rid of a laggy if they don't make a Doka. And if they make a Doka, oh well, like, but yeah, it's the thing. It's really good. The 19 defense right now is actually like it's really crucial because there's no vanillas that can run it over, and if they try to trade with it, they still lose their monster.
Also, Thunder King's a huge problem in one of these formats. Yeah, Thunder King's a big problem. This basically blocks Thunder King, and you get your +1 because this stays out on the field.
And they can exceed make Zen mains.
Yeah, you can exceed make Zen Mains.
I've seen some decks side into Raikos, like the Chaos Dragons. I've seen some of my friends who play Inzector side it just because it does kind of what the Snowman does. It's also, I like this more sided with Inzectors because it can get rid of the Shadow Mirrors. That's a really popular card to side against Inzectors. If they don't have the decree to stop the Shadow Mirror, they can set the Raiko, they get rid of it, and they can still go off. Maybe mill a Hornet. It's really good in the Chaos Dragon deck, which is becoming a little bit more popular. That's a scary deck too, how fast they could swarm high-level dragons. So it's depending on your deck, you can side Raiko or Snowman. But if you're playing Inzectors, I would more likely side a Raiko than a Snowman.
Yeah, I believe so. Also, our next card right here is Gozen Match. Gozen Match, very popular card right now. The wind-up decks, it's more sided against because the face. Oh god, they want me to make the space. It's my evil face.
I like the Gozen match because if you decide it against windups, they can't exceed for the most part. They're all different attributes. So at best, you're just looking at like small 1500 attackers. You can get over it. I like siding this against the rabbit deck. 'Cause if they drop the rabbit and you chain a Gozen in, they can't exceed for the Lagia or the Doka. They have to go for windup Zenmeister if they have it. If not, they lose their 2 vanillas at the end of the turn.
All right, and we got another trap here. Royal Decree. It's become a popular favorite. But why Royal Decree, since there's 3 MSTs and Heavy Storm in this format, and a lot of backrow negation, backrow destruction, sorry. Because Royal Decree not only is it chainable to some other traps like Fiendish Chain, Skill Drain, a lot of meta decks like playing this card in their side because they can get over those cards. But it's also good against those random Final Countdown and burn decks that you'll see.
You always see some of those random rogue burn decks at YCS regionals. Just some people play because it's not going to be expected, or they just want to have fun. So Decree does help against those. And Zectors, for the most part, side 2 to 3 of these, just because Shadow Mirror really hurts the deck. Chain Disappearance really hurts the deck. Skill Drain wrecks the deck. Skill Drain of the Decree gets rid of all those answers.
So yeah, it's a great strategy to counter side decks. We also have Macrocosmos here. Macrocosmos is good against windups and Inzectors. And it's also good to shut off some hand traps like Valor Maxi, Neko Main King. People have been citing that. It's a funny card.
It ends the turn.
It ends the turn when you discard it.
It's really, I like this too a lot against Inzectors because when Inzectors equip and if they send it to the grave, they go to the grave. But if you have the macro, obviously it gets removed from play. Same thing, if you have an Exceed that detaches materials, if there's a Deep Fissure, it hits the graveyard. But if there's a macro, it gets removed regardless. So macro is a little bit more versatile. And it's chainable.
Yeah. Although one weakness of macro, I believe, people can Solemn Warning it because it brings out the Helios guy.
It can bring up Helios. So yeah, if you didn't know you could warning a macro, it's funny, but you can do it.
Yep.
I really like 7 tools. I've been citing 1 or 2 with the decks I play just because of all the warnings, skill drains, Fiendish Chains. Double Torrent now, which is actually going to be really key. Like some people, I've seen some people were too afraid to overcommit because they're afraid it's a torrential. And 1,000 life points to stop like a key trap is actually going to be really good right now.
And then we got compulsory evacuation device. We think this is a really great side deck because
It's chainable. That's the biggest key right now. Because Insectors, there's if you notice, there's a pattern. A lot of people are not running deep prisons for the most part, or they cut it. It's like one or two maybe, because it's practically useless against Insectors. They just go Hornet, pop it, and get the Centipede, and they keep going off. At least with this, you can chain it. Yeah. Same thing too. If you open up with a deep prison against windups, and if they loop your hand, deep prison's useless. I'd much rather have a chainable trap with more utility than something that requires an attack.
Yeah, and it's amazing against Zen mains. They stall with Zen mains. You just flip this up, bye-bye Zen mains. This is a really great card in this format. It helps a lot. And so now that we're done with our side deck tech choices, we're going to show you some products, some of the new Yu-Gi-Oh products that we have from Konami.
Quick break.
Oh, we're going to have a quick break also right now, so please stay tuned. We're going to bring you some more coverage from here in Core TCG in Pasadena. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I thought I said Comic Odyssey. Are we cut?
I still say Comic Odyssey. No, never say it. Because if you're not cut, then
I know.
You guys think one is putting their commercial on?
We're good?
No, I want to see the comic commercial. Do they have a commercial? Do they actually have a commercial?
It's just a mini, like, thing.
How many viewers? Really? I want to see it.
4 right now.
Yeah.
I just went on SoCal Duelists. They can hear what you're saying right now.
Yeah, of course, because it's live stream.
That's cool.
Hi, you can say hi to all the SoCal Duelists.
Oh yeah, shout outs to SoCal Duelists, the 4 people in here. Thank you guys for watching. Tell your friends. Oscar and I are going to be talking more about Yu-Gi-Oh! And so yeah, like just tell your friends. Come watch Twitch TV/RockmanPet.
Dude, I love Twitch for the live streams.
Yeah, Twitch is really good.
Twitch is so good with live streams.
They stream a lot of fighting game events, but it's good for anything else, especially Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi Man.
I put we play Yu-Gi-Oh like twice.
We play Yu-Gi-Oh!
We've gotten 8.
Sorry, how much I haven't
we've
goes
gotten
like
8
7, 8? How much I haven't goes like 7, 8, 12? Oh, it's not too bad. Okay.
Tell me when you guys are ready to start again. They can't see you. They can hear you.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Just point at me when you guys are ready.
You want to do full time? I'll do extreme beat full time.
I'll do both.
And 3.
And I'll do order of
I'll
touch.
do
We'll both do extreme. Right here. All right, and we're back here at Core TCG in Pasadena, and we got some boxes to show you guys here of the Konami's latest products for Yu-Gi-Oh! And so we're gonna let Oscar explain what's in Photon Chocolate here.
So Photons are actually a really popular box right now because it has Rescue Rabbit, it has Wind Up Rabbit, it also has the main Dolka and Lagia Exceeds for the decks. Really expensive. It's a really good box to invest in for the most part, I think, because if you pull a lot of the stuff in the set is really useful, but primarily it's mainly bought for the Rescue Rabbit and the Wind Up Rabbit, and of course the Lagia and the Dolka. That's the main reason why this box became really popular. I remember when it first came out, people were going crazy for the Rescue Rabbit and the Lagia Dolga, but now people are trying to buy them so I can get the Wind Up Rabbits now. So I myself invested in a box of this, and I got some good stuff. I really like this box. This box has really changed my life now. I really like this box. This box is
Wind Up Rabbit is an amazing card. This
really
box actually shot up from like there's one weekend where people realized this box actually shot up from like there's one weekend where this box shot up this box actually shot up from like Sorry about the feedback, guys. Just give us a second. Sorry about the feedback, guys. Rayola. Oh shit.
Say something?
Test. Yo, something. got a few cards, blah blah blah. All right, can we continue?
Yeah.
Okay, we got, yeah, so like I was saying earlier, with Photon Shockwave, it used to be a $40-$60 box, and then people realized how Rescue Rabbit and Wind Up Rabbit were such great cards, so then it just shot up to like $100 box. So this easily became the next Duelist Revolution,
Yeah.
the next
It's comparable to the D-Rib box. D-Rib was a great box.
So we got another box here, Raw Yellow Mega Pack.
This, for the most part, this is just it's a re-release of the Legendary Collection 2 for the most part. It has a lot of the same cards that came in it, but some of them different rarities. Like we got another Common Thunder King. We got like foil 6M stuff. The foil E emergency call is pretty popular. The foil double edge is pretty popular. But it gives people another chance to get some of the cards in the Legendary Collection, and it brought down the value of some cards. Like Thunder King went down a little bit because of this box coming out.
Yeah, like Raw Yellow Thunder Kings are probably like $5-$6 when they used to be like 10, 12.
10, 12, maybe 15 at one point for the commons.
Yeah.
So this is a good box. If you like the Legendary set, then you can definitely get this, or get some of the packs. It's the same thing, just newer cards, different rarities.
So I'm going to talk about the newest box right now, Order of Chaos. This comes with the Insector stuff, mainly. You can get Insector Hornets. You get wind-up stuff, like the main support, which is wind-up Carrier. You can get wind-up Rat, wind-up Shark. Those are huge cards this format. You can also get
Wind Up Hunter.
Wind-up Hunter in here. We think. But yeah, this box is really good for the value.
It made the Wind Up deck.
It made the wind-up deck.
Wind Up Shark TCG exclusive. Usually we get some pretty incredible exclusives like Reborn Tengu. Back then we got Allure Darkness. Now we have Wind Up Shark.
And we have Tour Guide.
Yeah, Tour Guide. Tour Guide's the biggest exclusive we have at the moment.
So yeah, pick up. I would suggest you pick up a box of Order of Chaos if you're looking at boxes, because this will return the value all in all, as opposed to like if you get lucky with Photon Shockwave and pull a Rescue Rabbit or Wind Up Rabbit. Whereas this one, all the value cards are like around super rare. So you'll basically get your money back because you'll have more of a chance pulling the super rares. So we're gonna move on to the next box right here. We're both gonna talk about Extreme Victory.
This box was insane. They gave us Tour Guide, and at first people didn't want Tour Guides. She was like $40. People got the Tour Guides. They traded them for other cards. Now Tour Guide is like about 100 or so because she's the main rank 3 exceed engine in TCG. OCG doesn't have Tour Guide, so they can't spam the rank 3s like we can. That's why the Rabbit deck winds up so good. You can go Tour Guide into a Carrier, Tour Guide into a Zen Mains, and all this first turn is extremely powerful.
Tour Guide is essentially a toolbox for Exceeds, and it also brings out a Sangan. Sangan's a level 3 fiend, and if they kill your Sangan, you get a search, so you toolbox it even more. The term toolbox is it basically means you can search your deck for something that will counter what your opponent
You
has.
search for the right card for the right scenario. We had an older warrior toolbox deck years ago, and that's what Tour Guide lets you do. It lets you toolbox your Exceed deck. If you need a stall, you can bring out a Zen Main. If you want to be aggressive, you can bring out Leviathan or a Giga Brilliant, which is seeing a lot of play now, especially in the wind-up decks. Giga Brilliant pumps everything 300 when you detach.
Yeah, it's amazing. So now that we've talked about these boxes, we have something that everyone's on their mind right now about this.
Which is why there's so many people here. It's the upcoming YCS next week, 100th YCS.
Yeah, and we have some expectations for the YCS. We think there's going to be basically every pro that has topped and or won a YCS coming to this. I myself have personally talked to a few people, and like top pros, and they're coming back just for this event.
Yeah, a lot of the older Yu-Gi-Oh communities coming back.
And I think it's really interesting to see that the older community is coming back to play this event. We're going to see a lot of diversity there in terms of players and also their decks. What decks do you think we're going to see a lot of?
The big three for me, it's going to be Wind Up, Insector, and Rabbit. Those are going to be the three most played decks that we see. Of course, you're going to be seeing a lot of other road decks. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some people playing Burn, some people maybe playing Countdown. We're going to see some X-Sabers because people still have the love for the archetypes. A friend of ours is actually doing really good with X-Sabers, so he might play that.
Yeah, also Heroes is a big thing. And an underrated deck right now, Ninjas. People are not really liking the deck right now, but I've been talking to a couple of pros, and they've been saying that they would run ninjas at the YCS because last format with the Shien format, like Shien format, Sam format,
Sam's are going to be played
and
too.
GKs. Yeah, Sams are definitely going to be played with the YCS Mexico top.
Smoke signal going up to 2. That's going to make the deck a little bit more consistent. Even though it's one Sheen, it's still strong. So you're going to see 6 hands.
But yeah, back to what I was saying earlier with the ninjas. Essentially, what we had with Super Poly back then. Super Poly was a strong card, and I believe it still is a strong card, which is why people would be playing Heroes Poly. We will have the Ninja Art Super Transformation. Super Transformation is probably like the new Super Poly, I think. It basically you tribute a ninja. Is it tribute or
No, you
send?
target a face of ninja and a face of monster your opponent controls, and you send them to the graveyard, and then you get either a dragon, well, you get a dragon. Yeah, you get 1 to 3 types, but the main type is dragon, whose level is equal to or lower than the total levels of the 2 monsters set. So the biggest one I would say would be White Knight Ninja for the deck if you're playing like a strictly pure ninja deck. Level 7. If he's on the field, your spells and traps cannot be destroyed by card effects, which is really crazy.
And if you attach him with Safe Zone, that basically makes him an unkillable 27 beat state, where your back row is completely safe. So don't worry about heavy or MST.
Yeah, you can even heavy yourself, and your heavy becomes a feather dust.
Yeah, it's amazing. So also, what do you have? Do you have a message for the YCS first timers, like people coming to the events for the first time?
Honestly, first thing, just go to have fun, really. Like, YCS, we have hundreds of players. It's going to be really big. Don't be intimidated. Just go have fun. Like, the community, we have to like, be courteous, polite when you play. Don't really get discouraged if you lose games repeatedly. Because, first time YCS, we have the best players showing up. But the first timers also have like a really good time because there's side events, there's a lot of people, there's trading, vendors. Like if it's your first time, there's a lot to do at YCS.
Yeah, and also you get to meet a lot of new people. You get to interact with the players around you, and that's a big thing about this community. This community is very tight knit, and we love each other like brothers. Like, it's a cool thing. Like I like this community a lot because people look out for each other, and people their things stolen, which is a big thing going on right now. Then we will do the best to our ability to find things for you. Like we will.
It's also the community is pretty strong right now. But yeah, it's 100th YCS, so it's gonna be like another Costa Mesa again, where if you enter, you get a mat in addition to packs. So that's another thing. I have friends who don't even play competitively who are gonna enter just for the mat, and they're just gonna go there to have fun. Like we're gonna try to play the top, hopefully, but it's also just gonna be a good learning experience too. A lot of experience. That's one way to get better at this game. Enter big tournaments, regardless of how you win or lose. You always learn.
So, what do you think about the strong players this format? Like, we have Robert Boyajin, we have Barry Keys, who barely misses his tops.
He missed out his top.
He's very hungry for a win.
Yeah.
Who else do we have? We have Billy Brake. Billy Brake, famous plant player. Or and X Sabers too. He basically stuck with X Sabers till the very end. But yeah, we're expecting him to be there. Angel Flores, two-time champion representing California, won back-to-back YCSs just like Billy Brake. He played his hero beat deck, and I believe he's going to come up here and do some damage. He has
a lot. We're gonna have people from all over the U.S., even maybe from outside, just to compete. It's gonna be the competition's gonna be really good. The top. I'm actually really excited to see what the top 32 decks are gonna be. We are gonna expect a lot of the meta decks, but what else makes it is gonna be more interesting in my opinion.
Yeah, like some rogue decks at the top.
Every now and then.
We were all surprised a couple YCSs ago when Malefic's top. We were just like, what the heck? Like Malefic's topping. But yeah, we'd love to see a rogue deck at the top that is just completely creative, that beats the meta decks.
Yeah, like the last one I believe it was like TG Stun, that one I believe.
Yeah, TG Stun 1.
That deck's also going to be played too. 3 skill drains is really strong.
Yeah, even with Tengu getting hit to 2 and
Striker to 1,
Striker to 1.
Still really scary.
Yeah, because of Horn of the Phantom Beast, I think. Horn of the Phantom Beast is amazing. Gain 800 attack and draw a card. Wow.
The fact that you can damage that pretty good.
Yeah.
Like we could also maybe see Lightsworn maybe. 2 Lumina really helps a bit.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of Lightsworn too. Lightsworn is becoming really popular again because in the Raw Yellow Mega Pack, a lot of things got reprinted.
We have the new Dragon Structure decks who gave us Common Rifle, Common Lila, Common Blood.
Yeah, we basically get the cheap Lightsworn deck.
Yeah, like the game is becoming a little bit more budget with the reprint packs that are coming out in like 2 months. Like reprinted Torguide, reprinted Venus Chain, Archeon getting reprinted. We have the new Gold series coming out in a few months.
Yeah, why don't we just talk about that a bit more? The new packs that are coming out.
The Gold series is like a Gold series. Only some of the cards, I think it's like 6 or 7, are also going to come out Ghost. But after the break,
after the break we'll talk more about the Gold Series packs and whatnot. So yeah, stay tuned. After the break we'll talk more. Yeah.
Ghost MST.
I want to go Solid Judgment.
Ghost Force. I want to go.
I want to go Solid.
You know you want to Ghost MST?
Hell yeah, I want to go Solid
Judgment? The Ghost Force looks cool. Or it's gonna look cool. I want to select Ghost Force.
Samurai Structure deck?
I know, right? With the Samurai C? The
Hell yeah. Coming back.
Saying Maxi came out in Extreme Victory.
Yeah.
It came out in Storm Ragnarok.
Storm. It came out in Storm, I believe.
Yeah.
It came out in Extreme Victory.
No, it came out in Storm.
Yeah.
Maxi came out
Some
in
guy named Thomas Rose stopped. Some guy probably just wanted to show him.
Oh my god, that's me! Oh my god, Alex!
So we'll talk about the Gold Series. We'll talk about the new packs coming out.
The Samurai Structure. Yeah, the Battle Pack Epic Dawn.
And then
that's the only thing I know. Like the new Gold Ghost, the Battle Pack, the Samurai Structure.
yeah, Chris, after we talk about that, can we just end it?
Oh, we have to do the advertising for Core TCG.
Yeah, that's
The giveaway, the $2 store credit giveaway.
And then SoCal Duelist promos.
Ready?
What's up?
You know what? You ready?
Oh, are you ready?
Oh my god!
1 second.
I just told you that one. And then
There's a common keys on
Oh!
common keys are common Venus Chain. You ready? Yeah.
Yep.
Ready? Yeah.
Hi, and we're back again. We're gonna talk about
The new packs,
we're
the
back
new
again.
packs are coming out.
We're gonna talk about
one thing that a lot of people are pretty excited for is the new Samurai Structure deck. We're getting a Samurai exclusive Xenos. But I think the more hype is like Common Kizon, Common Venus Chain, Common Magasama. For its value, it's really worth its price. Common Magasama.
yeah, because you get Venus Chain and Kizon, and so like if you send, I'm thinking you get Venus Chain and Kizon. So like if you buy 3 structure decks, I'm thinking very cheap, then you basically get a full sample. Like if you buy full tournament competitive, you basically get a full sample. I think that's really good. Also, the Gold Ghost series.
A lot of people are talking about that right now.
Also,
It's like
the Gold Ghost series.
But a lot of certain cards are going to come out Ghost. The first ones are Blue Eyes Ghost. Certain cards are going to come out Ghost. First time ever we have Spell and Traps that are Ghost. MST Solemn Ghost. We have Gold Barkion and some other really cool cards that get reprinted in that Gold Ghost series. So that's going to be people are going to be pretty crazy over that. I personally want to get the Ghost Solemn and Ghost Boards.
Yeah, me too. Like the Ghost Wars seems really interesting. Ghost Barkion seems very interesting. I really like that idea of Ghost Barkion. Seems very interesting. What else do you like about that idea?
That's the only cards I've seen that are confirmed, but I like the idea of it.
Yeah, also like MST is coming out Ghost. Barkion, Herald of Perfection, Brian Axe coming out Ghost. Starlight Road, Formula Synchron is coming out Gold. Burrito.
Yeah, Burrito, there you
There's Dark Scorpion cards coming out. Do we see some Dark Scorpion support in the future, Konami?
Maybe, but I'm gonna stand down to lose.
I would love to see some more Dark Scorpion.
I love Donzalug.
I love that archetype.
I love Donzalug.
I would love Donzalug is annoying.
But yeah, that's gonna be a really big pack. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna be like pre-ordering boxes for that. But yeah, that's gonna be probably I think one of the most anticipated packs or sets is the Epic Dawn Battle Pack.
Yeah, it's basically a sealed setting, sealed packs for Yu-Gi-Oh. Like in Magic, there's a format called sealed, where you basically buy 5 packs and you make a deck out of those packs.
You can now finally draft and seal in Yu-Gi-Oh as well. Buy packs, make decks, and make a deck out of it. But not only that, I think the biggest appeal is the reprint, like Rare Tour Guide. Man, that's gonna like finally the regular, somewhat budget player, the average player can finally afford a set of tour guides. They're already being pre-ordered, I think, for about $30, give or take, right online. We have another common Fiendish King. We have, I believe, a reprinted Parties, I believe.
Yeah, and Sirius, I believe. They're both reprinted.
Raven is coming out in there, I believe, as well.
Just a lot of good cards.
A lot of
also
amazing
staple cards. Important staple cards are coming out in that set.
The good thing too is I believe retail value is about $2 per pack, so you can buy like 5 or 6 and probably get some good stuff in it. You can buy
And like buying a whole box would even be better. Like around like 60, 80 bucks for a box. So you can probably have a chance of pulling more than one tour guide. And there you go, one box just gave you 3 tour guides as opposed to like $400 now giving you 3 tour guides. $400. This game is becoming a lot
it's becoming a lot more budget, which is good. I think that's what Konami's trying to do maybe, is to make the regular player be able to afford the good decks. But we'll see. Like I'm anticipating everything. Like I'm excited for all the new stuff coming out.
So yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. We have a special giveaway courtesy of Core TCG. Basically, what are the rules of it?
I believe you have to like or comment on the video, and the link is going to be there. You know, Koi TCG on YouTube. Like or comment, and you automatically get eligible for a $50 store credit at the store here.
Yeah, I think that's it. Also, make sure to check out on Facebook, SoCal Duelists. It's my group. I just built together with some of my friends. It's basically a larger community for SoCal to get together, talk about the meta, basically do what we're doing here right now, and basically meet new players and exchange cards, even though there's like trading and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so Oscar and I are admins as well. Like I'm not only am I the creator, but I'm also one of the lead admins. And yeah, just look up facebook.com/groups/SoCalDuelist.
Be sure to check out Koi TCG as well online or here at the store in Pasadena. Really good, really friendly people, good players. If you want to play your buy, stop on in. Really good. We've been coming here for years. We like it. If you want to play your buy,
And they have a tournament here right now. In case if you were wondering what all the sound was and the commotion.
yeah, we have a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament right now.
If you're wondering what all the sound. Yeah, so that basically wraps us up for our Yu-Gi-Oh. That basically wraps us up for our Yu-Gi-Oh.
So yeah, there you go.
Shout outs to Yu-Gi-Oh. Shout outs to Konami.
Also thanks to Koi TCG for allowing us to do it here. Be
Yeah,
sure to
thank you,
support
Core TCG, for letting us do this broadcast here. Yeah, so thank you.